It's time for All to Hear with DJ Wolf. Here's DJ Wolf. Hey, what's going on, guys? It's DJ Wolf. Got a couple things on my mind. You know what's kind of funny? It's really funny that recently I've been hearing stories that published that people try to say that Michelle Obama, the first lady, is really a man in disguise. And those kids aren't hers. What kind of fucking bullshit is that? And it amazes me. It amazes me that you can buy into bullshit like that, but you can't believe that a half-breed white dude / Mexican killed an unarmed 17-year-old black man and be guilty. You can't believe that he was guilty of doing it, though. No, that you can't believe. But you can believe a false story versus something that really happened. Speaking of which, this motherfucker, this stupid, fat motherfucking, sloppy, half-breed motherfucker named George Zimmerman run off at the mouth again. And before I say what he said, I'm going to tell you, George Zimmerman, this is for you, motherfucker. One of these days, you're going to let your mouth overload your ass. That's all I'm going to say about it. So, anyway. Well, let me rephrase. You're going to let your mouth overload your ass, and you're going to be talking stuff to the wrong person. That's all I'm saying about it. You know, tell you right now, best you keep your mouth shut, because you really stepped over your boundaries way further than you need to be even doing. You shouldn't even be breathing right now, as far as what you did to that young boy. You know, they should have actually, your ass should have fried for that. You should have fried for that. So, George Zimmerman, go to fucking hell, motherfucker. Now I'm getting ready to go tell you what this dickhead said. This dickhead had the nerve to criticize the family or the parents of Trayvon Martin, saying that they didn't raise him right. Motherfucker, you don't know how they raised him. You don't know what environment he was raised under. You know? That really pissed me the fuck off. This motherfucker, George Zimmerman, who gets to eat every day, sleep every day, do whatever the fuck he want to do every day. Yet there's a 17-year-old young man, who's laying up in the ground right now because of his ignorance. And I mean the ignorance of George Zimmerman. Because George Zimmerman want to be an ignorant son of a bitch and get away with murder. Trayvon Martin is buried 6 feet under right now because of that stupid Florida court system down there. That kangaroo court down in Orlando / Sanford. You know. That's the other thing. That shit really don't make no damn sense. Big time. That shit really don't make no damn sense. Fuck that motherfucker, get away with this shit. I'll never understand it, man. That shit pisses me off every time I think about it. Every time I hear about it. Every time I hear that motherfucking guy's name, George Zimmerman, brought up. It just pisses me off, man. It just really gets under my skin real deep. You know, and I'm still very, very, very angry about it. You know. And like I said, I don't know how the family of Trayvon Martin is coping, but I tell you right now, I would be losing my mind with the comments that this ass munch be saying about this young man. You know, I had to get into it with a coworker a couple of years ago. I almost got into it with big time. He tried to say, Trayvon Martin was a thug. And I'm thinking, him being a thug has nothing to do with him being murdered for no reason or being approached by George Zimmerman. There was no reason for George Zimmerman to do what he did. I don't give a fuck what that boy did. Especially when George Zimmerman disobeyed a lawful order, okay, from an officer, albeit 911 operator. But he disobeyed a lawful order. Specifically was told, you don't need to follow him. We got this. And that's what really pisses me off about this asshole. Because he's so arrogant about everything, about all this stuff. He's just so glum and not glum. He's so gleeful about it. He really is. He's extremely gleeful about everything he's got away with. And I'm gonna say it. Every dog got their day. George Zimmerman, you got yours. Because, dude, God don't like ugly. And you right on top of the shit list right now, buddy. That's a fact. But what really pisses me off is not only did the local government down there, along with the prosecution, deliberately botched the case. There's no doubt they did. That's a fact. Not only did the state didn't pursue him, and the federal government, the DOJ said they were going to pursue him. They didn't do a damn thing with him. All they did was give him a gun back. Really? Motherfucker, well, if that had been a white guy, or a young white man who'd been shot by a black man, that black man would be serving time. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. No question. He'd be serving time. He'd be serving time right about now. He'd be serving time. It's unbelievable, man. Unbelievable to me in this country that in 2012 and 2016, 4 years after this young man's death, this sorry piece of shit, fruity talking motherfucker, yeah, I said it, is getting away with murder. And he's still getting away with murder 4 years later. It's unbelievable to me how this guy is still walking the streets, breathing, eating, talking, doing whatever the fuck he want to do. And be free about to move out the country. Literally. And no one, police officers, the governments, no one challenges this guy. They're like, oh, he was accosted. No, he wasn't. He was, let's put it like this. He was only accosted because he harassed that young man. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's documented. But they wouldn't allow the evidence. They wouldn't allow the audio. Not one bit of the audio was admitted into the case. They automatically said, nope, we're not going to allow it. Yeah. Because you knew that we would have convicted him. That's why. You guys had no intention on allowing allowing this so-called man to be convicted of the very crime that he was guilty of doing. You just wasn't going to let it happen. That angers me to no extent, man. It really does. It really does. And then I hear people about, well, you need to forgive him. No, fuck this motherfucker. When he pays his fucking dues, then forgiveness will set in. But until that happens, I will never forgive George Zimmerman for what the fuck he's doing. And he's walking around. This is the same thing with this about. Let me tell you something. I was at a church one time. I'm not going to say which church. I was at a church one time, right? And this pastor, this is sometime after that Dylan Roof shot those 9 people at that church in Charleston, South Carolina. The same day I was down. Matter of fact, the same day I went down there last year. I was down there the same day. So anyway, I was an hour away from that. And that got scared me because I could have sworn I was at a hotel and I saw a white boy look just like that motherfucker in the hotel I stayed at. scary. Anyway, so the pastor was saying, we need to go ahead and forgive him for what he did. Immediately! This boy hadn't even went to trial. He was arraigned, but he ain't went to trial. The judge even told him that. He told the pastor, and the victims' families, you need to forgive him. I mean, really? Who the fuck could you be telling? I mean, I'm talking about the judge now. The judge said that. Judge didn't even bother to, to try to get a quick sentence a quick trial quick enough for this guy to get him convicted. He was in no hurry to do it at all. And it's been a year. I think the rumor, from my understanding, the trial is slated to be next year. Next year, really? You murdered 9 people. That was a massacre, and you're not even slated to be put on trial to next year. But meantime, the pastor that I heard talking about that speech was talking about, well, you need to learn to forgive, blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, this guy was taken under the wings of that church with love, with dedication of their faith in God, and got taken advantage of by the son of a bitch, who I personally will never forgive until he pays his crime. I'm going to tell you right up front. Forgiveness for me is really a two-way street. It says a one-way street, but it depends on the situation. But in this case, it's a two-way street. Because this motherfucker took out 9 parishioners for no reason other than the color of their skin. It's the saddest thing when people are just merely murdered just because they're just people. It really breaks my heart, man. It does. And this goes on every day in this country, in this world, where innocent people just die for nothing. And nobody gives a fuck. But you can forgive them, though. And that's okay. That makes the world better. Really? Unbelievable, man. I never understand it. But like I said before, forgiveness is a two-way street on this one, baby. I forgive Dylan Root, and I will forgive George Zimmerman when they put their ass 6 feet up. Oh yeah, I said it. The day they put George Zimmerman and Dylan Root for the crimes they did, hey, I'll forgive them. Because that means, hey, you paid for your crime and you had to deal with it. But until that time, they can go fuck off. Both of them. They go straight to fucking hell. And yeah, I said it because I meant everything I said about both of them. Because George Zimmerman definitely don't need to be walking around. And Michael Slager, same thing. You shot a man 8 times in the back just because he got his car and ran. He didn't even attack you. He didn't provoke you. He just got out of the car and started running. And you had backup. There was no reason to run it up. I mean, there was no reason for you to even pull your gun out. You just did it for spite. The reason why I'm saying that and all this anyway, because I feel more and more, man, that we've always, as a race, and this is me, I felt we've always been slighted. I still feel that way. They don't even give you the leeway to even want to respect you. To a point, they don't even respect you as a person because they're continuing to do this bullshit. They continue to murder our men, women, and children with no coof, no nothing. They don't give a fuck. But then our own people doing the same shit. We need to call all that shit out. We need to call out black people for killing black people. We need to call out white people for killing black people just as well. You know? Seriously. Serious business, though. Square business, for real. Because this is all bullshit. It just trips me out that more of this bullshit is continuing to go on day in and day out. And nobody calls it out. You know? And I don't know, man. I'm just angered. I'm just angered that in this country, man, it's got to a point where nobody gives a fuck about anything or anybody anymore. That's the way I see it. It's sad, man. It's really sad. It truly is. It truly is. Makes no damn sense. Back at you, riding me on. You're lost your damn mind. Who drives like that? People, I swear, that's a prime example I'm talking about. This motherfucker ride me 65 miles an hour on the 55s on my damn bumper, man. People just don't give a fuck anymore. They really don't. But it's really sad to me that as a country, you could sit there and watch a white guy or allow a white guy to get away with murdering a black guy with evidence, surmountable evidence that would have convicted him, and you wouldn't even admit it in the court of law. It's like, nope, throwing it out. Like, really? I'm just really burned by that, man. And people continuing to get away with bullshit all the time. And you know, it ain't just who you know anymore, it's what you know. And this traffic's crazy tonight. Wow. Really? I'm saying like this on wow. This whole belt was tied up. Like tied up in a bow tie. Oh my goodness. Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. It's just that we lost our way, man. We lost our way. You know? And nobody gives a shit about it. Nobody. From the top all the way down to the bottom. That's what really hurts, man. From the top to the very bottom, man. It's just ridiculous to me. And it just keeps on. Things like this just keep going on day in and day out and day in and day out. It's no big deal. What's really funny, there was a thing about heroin that was going on in the suburbs, in the white suburbs. Heroin had been a drug problem in black communities for many years. You know, they blow it off. Yet, and yet, when it started happening in white communities, all of a sudden, it's an epidemic problem. We need to do something about it. We're going to do something about it. Amazes me. Selective outrage. I tell you, man. That's why my old lady think Well, you're just antisocial. No, I'm not antisocial because I want to be and I don't really consider myself antisocial. I'm just very selective on the people I fool with and the people I fuck with. That's always been me. That's been me for a very long time. This was me about as long as I can remember. I'm still that way today. I won't change that. Now I know the reason why I won't change it. You know? Because people I thought were my friends at one time try to burn me. And once you try to burn me, I cut you off. I want no association with you. I guess you could tell my sign's Scorpio. Yeah. Now we don't take friendship lightly. We'll be the best friends if you down with me, I'm down with you in terms of friendship. But you try to burn me, I'll leave you alone. I'll let you go. I'll cut you off. I'll act like I don't know you. Yep. That's just how it is with me. That's just how it is. You know, not to say that I don't forgive, but I'm gonna tell you, if you burn me bad enough, don't even bother me. Don't even bother me. Real talk. You know. But it's one of the reasons why I said now, the way things going now, I don't trust a lot of people, man. I just don't. For some of the things that are going on today alone. You know. And until we can learn as a country to be able to have honest, open dialogue about what's wrong with this country and to try to straighten it out as one country instead of a whole bunch of people from different races from other countries not meeting eye to eye. We're not seeing, hey, this is what's going on. Hey, well, let you understand what's going on with me. You know, if we can't do that, man, we're going to have some serious issues, man. That's all I got to say about it. Questions, comments on anything that you heard from this or any other podcast or my YouTube videos or whatever, give me a holler at foralltohear at gmail.com. That's foralltohear with the number 2 at gmail.com. Also, I can be reached on or at foralltohear on Twitter. And my YouTube channel is foralltohear TV. Alright guys, that's all I got to say for right now. I got a little more to say on the back burner about this and other subjects. Holler back at your boy. Talk to you later.